There we go. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Fabulous. All right. Hello, and thank you for agreeing to be a part of my yogathon. I am going to start with what I hope is a pretty easy question, and that is, what is your name?
My name is Katja.
Thank you, Katja. What brought you to Mind Body Solutions?
I live in Denver, so I'm far away from Minneapolis. And I have been aware of MBS and looking for adaptive yoga, honestly, for several years. And then when MBS started doing online classes during the pandemic, that's my little happy side effect of the pandemic, is I started practicing with MBS.
Oh, I love it. I'm glad you found us. What is your current favorite book or song?
My current song, just because it's a song I'm practicing and learning right now, is a German folk song called Das Stolze Schiff, the Proud Ship, about the German immigration to America in the 1800s. My favorite book right now is a book by Cal Newport called Digital Minimalism, with a roadmap to freeing yourself from that kind of digital addiction, constantly checking things to see if something has happened.
Ooh, I like this. I have more questions about that, but for after. I love it.
Okay.
What is one way yoga has benefited your life?
Physically, it's really helped me with kind of, I'll just say, stretching things out. I've been an adaptive athlete for a long time, and most of the stuff I do is very intense, a lot of sort of power kind of stuff, and yoga is like the antidote to that.
Ooh, okay, that's great. What is your favorite color?
Purple.
Are you a morning or night person?
I think I'm physiologically a night person, but I'm married to a morning person. So now I'm a morning person. Yeah.
What is the most unusual or like coolest place you've ever practiced yoga?
There is no such place, because I've been practicing yoga in my basement this whole time, and my basement's okay, but it's not cool. So that's an aspiration, to practice yoga in a cool place.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. I love it. Do you have siblings? And if so, how many?
I have 3 siblings. I'm the oldest. I have 2 sisters, excuse me, and a brother.
All right. Do you have a guilty pleasure, which is a silly term, but a guilty pleasure that you're willing to share?
You should have warned me about that one.
You don't have to answer.
I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure, but one of the things I sort of got very involved in during the pandemic was collecting fountain pens and writing letters.
Oh.
So the guilty part is the amount of money I have spent on fountain pens.
Oh, but they're so beautiful. They're like little works of art.
They are. They're like little jewels. Yeah.
Oh. Is there a pose you didn't like to do that now you enjoy practicing?
I think all the variations of warrior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know, I did not know how to adapt those.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have a lot more ideas on how to accomplish that same sort of open, asymmetrical kind of thing within my abilities.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. What superpower would you pick if you could pick anyone?
To be able to speak languages, any language.
Ooh, yeah, that's a great one. Like linguistic superpower. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
it's a lot of work to learn a language.
Exactly. You just like download it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I love it. Mountains or ocean? Mm-hmm.
It used to be ocean, But now that I use a wheelchair, it's definitely not ocean. So I guess it's mountains, but mountains aren't so good either.
Is
But
there
I
a
live
land?
near, I live near the mountains, so mountains.
There you go. It feels like home. Why do you keep coming back to classes at MBS?
Because the instructors are awesome. And because it feels like home. You know, if I'm practicing in a non-adapted class, I'm doing all the work. You know what I mean? I'm churning in my mind. Okay, where is she going? What are we going to do now? You know, how can I? Whereas at MBS, thank you. You know, so many options are available for how to accomplish something.
Yeah, you get to be there. You get to just be there. I love that.
Right.
Yeah. What is your hidden talent?
I don't know if it's hidden. I pick up things quickly. You know, I'm the one that people come to, you know, when they can't figure out how to do something with their spreadsheet or stuff like that.
You've
So
got
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure hidden is the right word for it.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a good one though. It's like a kind of like the Inspector Gadget. Like you have the answers to all the questions or the tools for all the questions.
Right. But then the flip side is the personal challenge is not to feel like I'm at everybody's beck and call who wants tech help, and learning to set some boundaries and expectations and help teach people to fish rather than handing them a fish. You know,
Yeah.
here's how you can learn to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you wish everyone knew about yoga?
That it is for everyone. You know, that it's not just sort of this woo-woo, you know, thing for people who are fluffing their auras, you know, that it's value. No, it's valuable to maintain our bodies and to maintain our minds, no matter what it is we do or don't do.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that pushed me towards MBS was early on in the pandemic. I'm a rower, I'm a para rower, I row boats on the water. And I was in a week-long masterclass kind of thing, and they had yoga sessions for rowers. So even, you know, these very intensely physical athletic activities, people recognize that yoga is an adjunct that really helps with performance in any sport or not.
Exactly. It can be a part of every part of your life.
Right.
Do you have a favorite pose right now? Something you're practicing you really enjoy right now?
Child's pose.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm in child's pose, I feel, first of all, I feel very, you know, I'm very compact. I'm not parts of me are not missing off to the sides. And I feel very safe and secure and supported in child's pose.
Yeah, it's a lovely, like contained, grounded, sort of beautiful pose. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What is an everyday thing or experience that you consider close to magic? So something we might kind of take for granted, but if you really think about it, you're like, wow, that's spectacular.
Are you talking about like technology?
Sure.
Honestly, how about this? It's the fact that we can get food from faraway places, and we can store that food for long periods of time, and we can enjoy all kinds of food that, you know, if we didn't have the transportation and the preservation and the preparation technology that we have, we would never even know about. Remember, I mean, you're probably too young, but do you remember when quiche was like exotic? So I do.
Yeah, that's a wonderful one. I mean, I don't know that I've thought about that too much either, but you're absolutely right. Like it opens you up. Not only does it nourish just your body, but it like opens you up to different experiences.
Your senses, the tastes, the smells, yeah.
Oh, that's fabulous. All right, last one. Do you have any advice or a quote or a book or a song that changed your outlook or perspective? Or poem?
Well, I mean, I have to go back to the digital minimalism book. It has changed my perspective a lot about how we communicate with each other. You know, I was one of those people who was like, oh, well, text is more efficient. I'm not going to pick up the phone. That will take so long. And I've done like a complete 180 on that. Like, when in doubt, value and pursue the personal connection, the real connection, the face-to-face connection, not the, you know, sort of artificial sweetener of digitally modified contact between people.
That's a great reminder and a good thing to consider and keep in your mind. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you so much for joining me. This was super fun. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure.